Alright, mga kabsat. Naka-live si Attorney Claire ngayon, mga kabsat. Ang topic niya, tunay na mental condition ni former President Duterte. Magpapaimbestiga na. ICC, imbestigahan na to, mga kabsat. Sa dental na lang, sa denial ng interim release, mali daw ang ICC. Grabe na naman. Si Roque. Nako po. Dito muna tayo. Tunay na mental condition ni Duterte, mabsat. Pakinggan natin si... Ako umpisa lang ni Attorney Claire 5 minutes ago. Kamustahin natin si Attorney? Hello po, Attorney. Shiro.
Merong neurology, merong forensic psychiatry, behavioral neurology, tapos meron pa yung geriatric medicine, no?
Mga clear, hindi pwede. Amanloko dito.
Wait lang. Umpisa natin. Para magets natin yung topic.
Si Duterte. And then second, yung prosecution, which will handle
cognitive condition. Ano po ito? Dahil galing po ito sa OPCV, ito na po yung nagsisilbing prosecution from the victim's point of view. Iba po ba ito sa sa prosecution themselves?
There are actually several parties in the ongoing ICC proceedings against the former president. No? Unang-una, the defense, no, representing Mr. Duterte. And then second, yung prosecution, which will handle the criminal aspect of the case. And then pangatlo, yung victims' counsel, no, who represents the interest of the victims and who will convey the views and concerns of the victims. No? Ngayon, by way of background, what happened in this particular issue is that in August 8, the defense filed a request for indefinite adjournment. Kumbaga, gusto nilang matigil yung proceedings dahil sinasabi nila na hindi mentally fit.
Kailan may mabatiin ako, mga clear, pabalik na sa San Francisco. 11:03. Nakikinig daw si Edina Jones. Oo, nagkita po kami nakaraang araw. At siya ipabalik na sa San Francisco, California. Ingat po kayo, Ma'am Edina Jones. Ingat. And thank you for visiting us. Salamat po. Ingat po. Boarding na siya. Waiting for the boarding. Salamat po, Ma'am Edina Jones. Okay.
Si Mr. Duterte is on trial. Sumagot yung OPCV, yung Victims Counsel, saka yung prosecutor. Sabi nila na base doon sa may ebidensya na present, yung mga experts supposedly na present ng defense, it's not clear, inconclusive na medically unfit si Mr. Duterte. No? Gayunpaman, pumayag sila na mag-appoint ng panel of medical experts, no? Yung korte, para talagang assess kung talagang mentally fit. So makikita natin talagang sobrang fair yung proceedings na to dahil kahit na burden of proof ng defense at kahit na yung ebidensya ng defense ay hindi sufficient to show na medically unfit si Mr. Duterte, pumayag pa rin yung prosecution and yung Victims Counsel na yung court magpa-appoint ng panel of experts.
Yan. So, di ba kanina sa interim release, mga ka-clear? Mylene, Attorney Claire, so di pa po patay ito. Motion ni Kaufman ito. Tigil ang trial kasi unfit si Digong po. Actually, papacheck na nga eh. Kasi di ba doon sa interim release, sinabi nga na speculation lang. Yung sinasabing kondisyon. So, kaya magpapadala na ngayon ng mga doktor, mga clear. For 3 medical experts to examine Rodrigo Duterte's fitness to stand trial. Diba? Yan yun. So, mukhang hindi benta yung cognitive impairment as we speak.
Correct. Oo. So, ito po ay argument po nila, no, na tatlong expert, forensic psychiatry, neuropsychology, and behavioral neurology. Do you agree with those experts? And is this the same? Ano po yung parang nagdedebatihan po dito ng defense at ng prosecution when it comes to these experts? Is it merely the choice of people but not the actual expertise?
Gretchen, kasi ang nangyari is yung order ng pre-trial chamber, medyo general, no? Nagpa-submit sa registry, which is like the clerk of court sa atin, no? Ng recommended experts together with their fields of expertise, no? And from this list of experts with medical expertise, pipili yung chamber, no? So, tatlo yung pinili na expertise ng registry, no? Pero meron pang additional na mga...
Ako, mga ka-clear, walang lulusot dito. Tatlo to. Diba? Kaya ang tanong natin, ano yung sinasabi ni Kaufman? Na sinabi ng ICC, authorized or accredited na doctor, na nagko-confirm na may cognitive impairment si dating Pangulo. Lagyan niya sa isang pleadings niya eh. inattach eh.
Pangalan, kasi 11 yung pangalan na sinubmit ng registry, no? Na iba-ibang expertise. Magkakaiba yung expertise sila. Merong neurology, merong forensic psychiatry, behavioral neurology, tapos meron pa yung geriatric medicine, no?
Mga clear, hindi pwede. Amanloko dito. Kaya ito sa akin lang, binanggit naman na natin kanina, di ba? Kung ikaw ay anak ng taong may sakit, at ang pupunta sa yung doktor ay concern at para malaman ang sitwasyon at walang extra pay, mga ka-clear, wala kang gastos, hindi mo ba yon i-grab? Diba? So, na nag-welfare check ang Philippine Embassy. Diba? Siyempre, sino pinadala doon? Siyempre, yung dapat na ipadala para ma-check siya. Diba? Bakit ikinagalit ni VP Sara? Is it because ayaw niyang papunta? We don't need you. We don't need you. So, huwag kayong pupunta dito. So, closed door yon sa kanila. Kinlose nila yung door sa anumang tulong ng mga taga-gobyerno. Samantala, nung unang-una, nagpasalamat pa siya sa Philippine Embassy na tinulungan siya at ng tatay niya pagpunta sa Netherlands. Di ba sinalubong sila at binigyan sila ng tulong eh. Masaya-masaya si VP sa tagpa-thank you. Di ba? Ngayon, sinusukan niya na yung mga tiga Philippine Embassy dahil ayaw niya na papasukin sa kwarto or sa cell ng tatay niya or sa facility ng tatay niya. Bakit ayaw niyang ipakita? Dapat ayaw niya ipakita. Kasi nagpipicture ba sila? Nakaawa-awa ang lagay ng tatay niya tuon sa ICC detention. Samantalang sinabi nga ng ICC, hindi totoong pinababayaan yan dito. Diba? Ano yun? Para wag malaman? Kasi pag Philippine Embassy, nalaman na okay yung tatay niya, i-spread yan. So, hindi na makakaawa. Hindi nakaawa-awa ang dating. Katulad nung nangyari doon sa Senado. Diba? Sinabi sa Senado na kakawa, wala pa silang papel. Hindi ba parang ano yun, kakaiba? So, ganun ba mag-isip yung ating mga senador? Kahit wala ka pang ibang ebidensya kung totoong ano yung kondisyon ng dating Pangulo Duterte, magdi-decide na kayo agad. Hindi nyo naisip yung mga biktima nung pumatay na yan. Diba? Oh. Tuloy.
So, nagkomento yung Victims Council, sinasabi niya na hindi na kailangan yung geriatric expert dahil meron na...
Pang matanda, yun kailangan yun geriatric. Diba? Bakit ka tumututol? If you really want to have a complete, diba, medical test, pasamahin mo lahat. Kasi you believe in yourself, you believe in your defense, na may sakit yan. Diba?
Naman talagang experts within the detention facility na nag-address dito sa mga expertise sa need for geriatric care.
So, yung forensic psychiatry, if you take a look at the expertise of that, subspecialty po yan applies to expertise to legal matters, focusing on the intersection of mental health and the law. Yung pangalawa po ay neuropsychology. It studies the relationship between the brain, behavior, and cognition, examining how the nervous system impacts a person's thinking.
Alam mo kung bakit, Mark? Tingin ko kasi, pinalala na naman ni VP Sara, right? Nung sabi niya, nagsulat pa siya, galing pa sa Office of the Vice President yung letter, na kinokondemn niya yung gobyerno dahil nagpadala ng welfare check. Diba? At naging unconscious ang tatay niya. Pero hindi nila kasama sa pleading yun. Kayo nila mag-isip, mga clear. Kung totoong nangyari yan, sabi ni Harry Roque, August pa yan pinaalam. Bakit wala manifestation si Kaufman about that? Bakit hindi agad nasabi ni VP Sara ang tungkol doon? October na ngayon. August pa daw yan. Kung totoo nangyari yan, nalaman ni Atty. Roque, bakit hindi niya kinontent? Konting kibot lang dyan, kinokontent niya. Nag-usap siya na ama niya every now and then. Sabi ko nga, at that time na natumba daw yata, di umano natumba, August. Nandiyan si VP Sara almost the whole August. Ba't di nabanggit? Hindi siya, he did not get mad at all. Kilala lang. Diba? Oh. Kaya conflict minsan yung kwento nila.
Emotion and actions. At yung pangatlo, behavioral neurology, yan po ay some specialty that studies how the brain damage and diseases affect behavior, memory, and cognitive functions. Agree po ba kayo dun sa tatlo? At wag na po isama yung gerontology?
So, agree ako dun sa tatlo, Gretchen, kasi talagang yung issue dito is yung mental fitness niya, no? Kasi kung physical fitness, there can be modalities or adjustments that can be made. In fact, meron ng recommendation yung medical officer ng detention facility doon sa may gagawin nilang adjustments, no? To provide for the comfort and the convenience of Mr. Duterte even when he is required to attend the trial. No? So talagang ang question na lang is yung mental fitness niya, no? To really participate in the forthcoming confirmation case.
That's correct. So, pagdating po dito sa pating ito, ano po yung ino-oppose ng defense? Sabi po niya, Duterte's lawyers oppose the proposal calling for a forensic cross-examination and insisting that both sides be allowed to present their own medical experts. So, are they contesting ito po experts na pinili po ng prosecution or yung choice po ng tao?
Hindi sila nagko-commit, no? Hindi sila nag-approve doon sa mga recommendations ng registry, pati yung recommendations ng prosecutor, and they want to present their own experts.
O, di ba? Paano yun? Expert nila? O, self-serving naman yun, mga kaklir. Hindi pwedeng sila. Dapat neutral. Di ba?
Okay.
Yung nangyayari.
But how do we achieve, how do we make sure that there's impartiality in the choice of experts? Is this usual na it is the registry that is the one choosing the medical experts? At saan po sila kaya kukuha?
Yung ginagawa ng registry, Gretchen, is nagpo-provide sila ng listahan. No? Parang sa atin, parang yung JBC, yung Judicial Bar Council, na magpo-provide sila ng nominees, and out of these nominees, choice ng court as to who to appoint. No? Parang yung sa JBC na nagpo-provide sila ng nominees for judges, and then it's the president who appoints.
Okay.
Parang ganun yung mangyari. And in fact, meron talagang list of experts sa ICC. So talagang pipili na talaga yung registry out of this list of experts.
Okay. And then added to that, speaking of the ICC registry, they said in an 8-page document dated September 30 that the medical officer cited by the defense does not possess the requisite of a detained person's fitness or to assess detained person's fitness to stand trial. So ano naman po yung debate? Doon po sa medical officer na sinike po ng defense.
Walang expertise daw.
Yung medical officer kasi, Gretchen, ito yung talagang nakatutok dun sa detention facility, no? So talagang they attend to the day-to-day medical needs and care of the detainees, pero hindi sila experts, hindi sila forensic psychiatrists, hindi sila neuropsychologists. Kumbaga, they will not be in a position to testify kung fit na si Duterte or not.
Yes.
Okay, and according to the registry, this medical officer recommended several modalities regarding Duterte's presence in court, which were redacted in the court document. Would you have any idea as to what recommendations those were?
Karen, I think this would only refer to the physical conveniences that are going to be
Attorney, si Gretchen yan, Gretchen, hindi si Karen.
Adjusted, no, to address the age of Mr. Duterte as an 80 years old attending a trial, which could last for like the whole day, no? So, kumbaga yung physical comfort niya, kumbaga yung adjustments that are going to be provided and recommended by the medical officer.
But what options does the former president have? Could he attend these online just like how he did at the first time? Or is it a matter of like shortening the hours?
I would guess that those would be among the considerations, no? Pero talagang ang general rule is the accused has to attend the trial physically, the hearings physically, no? And only in extreme circumstances will he be allowed to participate remotely via online procedures.
Attorney, you represent some of the victims here. What have you heard about the former president's health? Siyempre, isa pong pinag-uusapan ng lahat ay yung ito nga pong nahulog daw ang dating presidente sa loob ng ICC Detention Center. What would you know about that?
Well, unang-una, Gretchen, ang dami talagang dismaya pagka postpone ng hearing, no? Talagang they were really preparing. And in fact, some of the victims went to The Hague to really witness, no? The confirmation hearings, no? And marami rin talagang affected sa mga fake news na that obviously are meant to appeal to emotion for the benefit of Mr. Duterte. So talagang naapektuhan yung mga biktima, no? Dahil ang dami-daming fake news talaga. And nakikita nila na talagang these are meant to benefit Mr. Duterte.
You're right. There's a lot of confusion over the facts of the former president's health, and what's coming out, no? Kasi we have several people, including, for example, Attorney Nicholas Kaufman, that the Malacanang has said, no, has been already confused with his facts and has a tendency to twist the truth. So one of the things that he said was that Duterte was allegedly intimidated by an individual inside the ICC detention center, and he also stated now that he was not shown any written consent for the release of the facts of the former president's medical information. So pagdating naman po doon, ano pong ninyo, palagay po ninyo?
Alam mo, Gretchen, talagang issue talaga itong mga sobrang half-truths na minsan nagagaling kay Mr. Kaufman. In fact, doon sa may issue ng yung pagsabi
yan, mga kaklish, si Atty. Butuyan nagsabi din, ha? Lagi itong disinformation. Kalahati na sinasabi niya, mali or fake. Sinadyang mag-fake news or misinformation or disinformation.
Pumayag ang Pilipinas, ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas to interim release, na previously sinabi niya rin na yung prosecutor pumayag. May nakikitang pattern, no, yung talagang ginagamit niya itong ICC procedures, no, to sow disinformation and affect the victims' interest in the trial. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng malaking grupo.
Grabe, no? Madumi siyang lumaro, si Kaufman.
Ng mga NGOs who called for the imposition of disciplinary sanctions against Mr. Kaufman. Oo. Doon naman sa may sinabi niya na hindi nabigyan ng consent si Mr. Duterte doon sa release ng kanyang medical records, no? Yung registry mismo, I think even from the redacted submissions, nagsabi na si Mr. Duterte nag-provide ng written consent, no, to the use and disclosure of his medical records in the detention facility. So hindi ko talaga alam kung saan nagagaling si Mr. Kaufman in saying na walang consent si Mr. Duterte.
And help us understand, no, the legal strategy of the defense here. Why are they taking this route? It is delaying everything from the confirmation of charges to the trial.
Para yung mga tao, yung mga victim, magsawa ba? Hindi na tumuloy.
Trial itself, where fitness to stand trial will apply. Bakit po kaya ganito? No? Kung sakasakali pong tama po kayo na yung facts are being bent here, what could be the legal strategy?
Alam mo, Gretchen, sa mga abogado, kung mahina sa merito yung kaso mo, ibabato mo lahat ng technicalities to really try to stop the case from proceeding to trial. And we cannot blame many of the victims and many of the human rights lawyers in believing that this is the strategy of the defense, no? That they're trying to throw every technical procedure, every perceived technical deficiency to try and stop the case from proceeding to trial. Dahil kapag nag-umpisa yung trial at lalabas lahat yung mga testigo at sasabihin nila lahat, yung mga baho ni Mr. Duterte, talagang I think it will affect the perception even of the DDS. Dahil marami sa mga DDS, hindi nila alam kung gaano karumal-dumal yung pinagagawa ni Mr. Duterte at ng kanyang mga co-perpetrators during the drug war.
Tama. Ito mga clear, basahin lang muna natin ito. Doon tayo sa doktor. Okay? Bago tayo matulog. ICC prosecution pushes for 3 medical experts to examine Rodrigo Duterte's fitness to stand trial. Mga kaklear, 3 medical expert. Hindi yan biro. Tingin ko, pinalala talaga nila sa kadaldalan nila. ICC prosecutors have recommended 3 experts specializing in forensic psychiatry, neuropsychology, and behavioral neurology to assess the fitness of former President Rodrigo Duterte's fitness to stand trial for his alleged crimes against humanity in his deadly war on illegal drugs. This development appeared, in the public redacted versions of President's observations on the registry submission of the shortlist of medical experts. The 9-page documentation from the Office of the Prosecutor was released by the ICC on October 9 and signed by Deputy Prosecutor Mame Mandiaye Niyang. The prosecution supports the appointment of multidisciplinary panel of experts for the assessment of Mr. Duterte's witness to stand trial and suggest that it should consist of at least 3 experts in the fields of forensic psychiatry, neuropsychology, and behavioral neurology. Ayan, ako. Ito, the 3 experts have expressed their availability ay pumayag na, mga ka-clear, to provide their services for September and October, according to the prosecution. Nako, nagsata kaya ito? The document also revealed the prosecution opposed a potential expert presented by the defense. Bakit? Citing her appointment could raise issues of potential bias. Tama, dapat yung neutral, mga clear. Huwag sila papayag na na sarili nilang doktor. Dapat talaga neutral. Dapat ang patunayan dyan na neutral yung doktor na titingin. Earlier, the medical officer of the ICC deemed not authorized to assess Duterte's fitness for trial. The tribunal registry said in a recently published document. Okay, sabi dito, the medical officer of the ICC was deemed not authorized. So mga kakli, di ba matatandaan nyo may news? Right mukhang connected to. Nag-present si Kaufman na meron daw doktor authorized by the ICC, presented the records of the doctor authorized by the ICC. At sinabi ko nga kanina authorized to check. Yan. So, yan. Meron to Ilang years ba yun? Ilang years. Ano na ba yun? Wait, Meron siyang pinresent na sinabi, nag-agree daw na, wait, ano pa? Cognitive impairment. Umuo daw siya, pero parang lumalabas, hindi daw authorized. Ano ba naman to si Kaufman kung totoo to? Diba?
Sablay na naman, attorney. Sablay na naman.
Yan pinakita Oo. Kailangan natin natin yan. Pakita ko lang ito mga klira. Pakita ko lang ito. October 2 pala ha. Okay, bago yan Pabalikan natin yan. May naging issue na pala. Sino ba yan? ICC registry, medical officer cannot assess Duterte's fitness for trials. Anto. The medical officer of the ICC is not authorized to assess former President Rodrigo Duterte's fitness for trial. The tribunal registry said in a recently published document. In an 8-page document dated September 30, the ICC registry said it recalls its previous observation that the medical officer does not possess the requisite detained person fitness to stand trial. Okay? Duterte's camp previously cited the report. Ito sabi ko sa inyo. Sinite nila ito, yung medical officer ni Kaufman, saying it corroborated the finding of the camp's intended expert neurologist that Duterte has cognitive impairment. Sinabi nila to, talagang, kumaga, may papel, may dokumento. Sinabi nung nung medical officer ng ICC, na totoong meron siyang cognitive impairment. Yan, nakadiscuss ko sa inyo dati yan. Pero ngayon, tinatatwa ng registry. Mali. Si Kaufman, pangatlo na to, 3 in a row to, mga kaklira ng disinformation ni Kaufman. Yung una, ICC, hindi daw mag-object sa interim release. Pangalawa, yung sa akin, sinabi daw natin yung Malacanang ay ready naman at hindi mag-o-oppose din sa interim release. Pangatlo, ito. Sinabi niya, yung accredited na medical officer ng ICC, sinabi na na merong cognitive impairment. Si Duterte, yung pala, mga ka-clear, lumalabas dito, saan na yun? However, denied. The registry tests the limitations of the medical officer's function. In line with the regulation 155 of the regulations of registry, the MO's mandate is limited to oversight of the physical and mental health of detained persons. This is time from the Duterte's camp request with the ICC Pretrial Chamber 1 for indefinite adjournment on August 18, where his camp stated that the former president is not fit to stand trial as a result of cognitive impairment. Yung pala, mga clear, in their submission of medical reports, the Duterte defense team said the reports of the medical officer corroborated the findings of their camp's intended experts neurologists. So, itong medical officer na inattach niya yung records, hindi pala authorized ng registry. On August 26, the Pretrial Chamber directed the registry to submit a report which would include the assessment of the medical officer and the management of Duterte's health, whether he suffers from any condition which will affect his ability to take part in the proceedings, and whether any special measures are recommended to address his medical condition. Okay? The registry added that the medical of ito. So, sinasabi dito, after several exchanges, the registry submitted a corrected version of the document that stated that the medical officer would be in a position to provide recommendations for confirmation of charges, hearing on matters such as seating, schedule. Okay. The registry added that the medical officer would also be qualified to submit a factual report of the chamber on all measures and arrangements put in place to provide Duterte with medical access and care. Okay? According to the registry, the medical officer recommended several modalities regarding Duterte's present court. Further details on this, however, were redacted in the court document. So, kaya nagtatalaga ngayon ng tatlo, lumalabas itong taong to ay hindi expert, mga ka-clear. Ha? Oh, sige, tuloy tayo sa news, ha? Konti na lang tayong oras. Hindi, para makita lang natin to. Ayan, Duterte's fitness for trial, the Limer Registry said in a recently published document, was not deemed authorized. So, yung pinresent ni Kaufman. Duterte is currently detained. Okay na yan. At The Hague. Okay. However, Human Rights Organization estimated that toll may have. Okay. Wala na mga kris. So, yun lang. Kaya tuloy, nagpalabas ng tatlo. Kailangan tatlo. Kasi yung ginamit ni Kaufman na doktor, hindi authorized.
Agoy!
Pero inilagay niya doon na assessment ng doktor ay pareho sila na may totoong cognitive impairment. Paano pa yan, Kaufman?
Bistado, attorney. Bistado, attorney.
Yung parang naging fake news. Diba, Brian Arvin, thank you sa super sticker. Another Brian Arvin again. Thank you for the super sticker. Jun Paldas, thanks Claire for the nice topic. Thank you po, Sir Jun Paldas. And Victoria Cornelissen. Happy birthday, Happy birthday kay Nicole Santos from Victoria Cornelissen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nicole Santos. Oh, yan,
happy birthday.
Kita nyo na. 3 in a row na yung ginagawa ni Kaufman. Pero laki ng bayad dyan, ha? Tanong lang po, Atty. Yusek, ano po yung isang channel niyo po? Let's clear it with Atty. Claire. Let's clear it with Atty. Claire. Makikita niyo po dyan na pinopost po ni Addictus Rex. Tignan natin na. Puro video lang po yun. Pero hindi pa po ako nagla-live doon. Kasi sabi ko, baka hindi nyo ako mahanap pagka nag-live ako. Tapos wala. Ako dito, hindi nyo mahanap. Okay? Let's clear it with Atty. Claire. Hanapin nyo po yan. Okay? Okay. So, paano mga clear? Saturday tomorrow.
Salamat, attorney.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hanggang bukas. Thank you very much. Almost 3,000 na live views natin. Medyo gabi na at malamang kayo ay inaantok na. So yung iba pwede mag-team replay. Pero don't forget to like, share at mag-subscribe sa mga bago. Maraming salamat. So hanggang bukas magkita at magkarinigan tayo. Ako po sa Atty. Claire Casig papaalam. Nagtulugan inyong karapatan. Bye!
Salamat, attorney. Alright.